Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video we're going to be doing it's not a full face, close to a full face of dollar makeup. There is a website called Shop Miss A, which I think is how you pronounce it. Several other YouTubers have done videos testing out products from this website, and a lot of them have been good. So I ordered some stuff. Like I said, it's not a full face. What I don't have from that site, I will be using cheap products that I have, which most of my stuff's affordable in drugstore anyways, but just to keep that theme going. But yeah, I hope you guys liked today's video. If you do like it while you're watching, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and yeah, let's get started. I did not find a primer. If I saw one, I just didn't like it, so whatever. Actually, before we do primer, let me backtrack. I'm gonna do brows first. I don't know if I've ever done my brows on camera in a video. I hate doing my brows on camera. I hate doing my brows. I don't have brows really, if you can see. I'm opening it, but I did get this from that website. This is the AOA, no, wrong way, Sculpting Brow Pencil. I got mine in the shade Caramel. It does have a spoolie on the end, which is super nice. And it looks, ooh, I don't know if I typically don't like this shape, where it's like the triangle. You see it? Like, I don't typically like these. I will fast forward to this part because I guarantee you it's going to be boring and I'm sure I'll mess up 100 times. So yeah, let's go ahead and get these brows on. You guys know, I just can't. I'm horrible at brows. I don't really like this. The one I've been loving lately is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil or whatever it's called. This, kind of like the Wet n Wild one, is just stiff. It is. Anyways, so this is probably a pass for me. I'll probably keep it for the spoolie. So, alright, we are going to prime. Before I get into that, I already did all my like skincare type stuff. I cleansed. I used a serum, which I will be talking about in my upcoming favorites video, and moisturized. Another step I do every time I do my makeup, I even put this on sometimes just after I do my skincare and I'm not putting on makeup, just because I like the extra moisture. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Coconut 3-in-1 Primer Water. You guys know I've used this on my channel before. This is probably the third one of these that I've bought, which is saying something because I don't go through products quickly. I'm actually like planning an empties video and it's gonna be a while because I don't put makeup on that often, or I don't use beauty products super often unless it's skincare. So let's do this. I will say the sprayer's aggressive. I'm gonna let that sink in. I need to grab something for foundation, like what I'm gonna put it on with. I have my brush. Let me wet a sponge and we'll do one side brush, one side sponge, just to see how. All right, I am going to prime, and I went with the most affordable primer that I own. I don't use this often. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Primer, which looks like this. It's okay. Like, it doesn't moisturize or anything like that. It just gives you like a glow underneath, and I don't know how it's gonna work with this foundation, but maybe I should have done like a pore filling. I do have the E.l.f. like putty primer that everyone was like raving about for a while, but I'm actually not a big fan of it. Like, it's okay. The foundation I got from the Shop Miss A website is the AOA Studio Perfect I don't know, Perfect BB cream, which I've never used a BB cream, and it looks like this. I got mine in the shade Fair. It looks a little dark, but maybe not. We'll see. And it is a squeezy tube, which I do really like in foundations. This might be okay. It's It's not too bad. I am going to, like I said, do half brush, half sponge. And I'm just going to start with a little because a lot of times people with foundation make the mistake of putting too much product and then it becomes cakey and they think it's the foundation, when in reality, sometimes less is more. So, my little baby hairs. All right, we're going to use the brush on my right side. I don't know what side it is for you guys, so whatever. I am using this is not an affordable brush, but this is the Cosmetics Love is the foundation brush. Oh yeah, this shade's fine. I don't know about the concealer. I think the concealer might be too dark. This is definitely, like, I don't know about BB creams. I think they're supposed to be light coverage anyways, right? I don't know. I've never used one. This definitely just seems like a product that would even out your skin tone, which I'm fine with. Like, I do like full coverage because I do have quite a bit of texture and redness and stuff. But there are days I really do like a lighter coverage. So we are going to put another squeeze on the back of my hand and try the sponge. I have a feeling I'm not going to like the sponge because sponges, of course, soak up product. And this already has light coverage, so we'll see. Alright, I'm going to put a little too much on there. The sponge I'm using, this is the E.l.f. sponge. I don't know if it has a name. If it does, I'll put it up on the screen. And I did dampen this. Yeah, I think I do prefer the brush. Because this is just not, it's not blending out as well. So I am going to switch back to the brush. I'm going to add just a little bit more. And actually like this quite a bit. So you might turn my lighting up a little. I don't know if that's better or worse for you guys. All right, to the concealer I'm going to use is also AOA Studio. This is called Wonder Cover HD Concealer. Ooh, it looks like this is the shade Light Yellow. I don't know why I got this. Probably because a lot of shades were sold out. I think this might be dark, but I will use the sponge for this. This does have like a tiny doe foot applicator. And oh Lord. Okay. This really is yellow. What was I thinking? I'm going to grab my ColourPop no filter because it's very, 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 very light and mix it. I was going to use, but I can't find it. So I grabbed my L'Oreal. I'm going to blend this out by itself first just to see, but I have a feeling it's going to be too dark and too yellow. Oh God, this dries super fast. Oh no. Whew. I'm gonna bring this up on my lid because I don't have a eye primer. Oh, this looks awful. What is going on? I left it sit there and like, I don't usually have problems with concealer if I just let it sit there and then blend it out. I know some people who prefer to do that, but not this one. Dear God. This was a terrible color choice on my part. I don't know what I was thinking. Alright, let's see if we can add some of this L'Oreal Infallible. This one is in the shade Porcelain. Because like looks really bad. I'm just gonna put some dots on there. I don't want to make it too heavy because the foundation is so light. I'm gonna cheat and just use the L'Oreal one on the other side. Like, that's really bad. Set my under eyes. I did not get a loose powder, so I'm just gonna use my Maybelline Fit Me in the shade. What shade is this? Fair, I think. And I'm just gonna use my sponge. That's, yeah. That's not a good look. All right, I did get a pressed powder. This is the AOA Studio Perfect, once again. Finishing pressed powder. Mine is in the shade Ivory. And this AOA, they're all cruelty free. They have the bunny on the back, so that's cool. This is what, oh, maybe it's not. This is what the shade looks like. Let me, ooh, it's super soft. That should be okay. Let me find a brush I want to use. I don't normally use pressed powders, so I'm gonna use this stippling brush. I'm gonna put it in the center of my forehead. I'm just gonna put it where I would put bronzer. Just because the center of my forehead does get really dry. So do I want to move on to eyes? Sure. Okay, I'm gonna insert swatches here in a second. I didn't get an eyeshadow palette. I didn't see any that like caught my eye, but I got 3 loose pigments. I will insert a picture of the swatches of those here. The one I'm gonna use today is the shade Spell, which looks like this. In person, in the bottle, it looks like a gray with like purple blue like sparkles. I'm gonna insert a picture of this swatched next to a shade from Through My Eyes palette from ColourPop and E.l.f. Sahari. Mine is destroyed, literally. My daughter, I'm not even gonna show you because my daughter got into it, but it looks very, very similar to the shade Flex, right? Is that what it's called? Yeah. So I will insert that here. Now, the one from the ColourPop palette, the base, which both of them kind of have like a cool toned brown like base, is a lot stronger than the pigment. And I feel like the pigment has more sparkle through it. And the sparkle is kind of like a really icy blue. It kind of shifts purple. So I'm going to use that. But before that, I am going to use, like I said, I didn't get a palette, so I need shadows to go on before that. So I am going to be using this little e.l.f. quad. This one's called Truffles. I love these. I will be mentioning these in an upcoming favorites video. But we're going to use this. Now, the other thing I got from this site was a set of brushes. Look how cute this case is. It's super nice. I paid $10.55 for 10 brushes and the case. So per brush, it's like $1.05, but it's actually less than that because you get the case. Like, that's a super good deal. And they feel soft, so we'll see. These are just eye brushes. The little top comes off. It's super cool. And they look like these. So for my crease, let me see. I think I'm going to use this. They do have numbers on this. This is an E127. It reminds me, but we're going to start there. I am going to take this second shade in the e.l.f. palette. They don't have individual shade names. And I'm going to put that in my crease. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, I think I'm going to use my bronzer in my crease first because it's lighter than that. I'll talk about the bronzer when I get there, but I am just going to use the bronzer shade in my crease first just because that shade is kind of dark. So let's take my bronzer shade. Ooh, these brushes are super soft, but I don't know if that bronzer was pigmented enough. But we're just going to use it just to put some initial color down. I don't think that did a whole lot, but let's do it on the other eye just to make it even. Like I said, they didn't do a whole lot, but now let's go into that. It's like a caramel brown, like a, whatever. We're going to use it. Going to gently dip into that because it looks hella pigmented. Tap off my brush. And now we're going to put this deep into my crease, focusing most of the pigment on the outer corner. Huh? I don't know if it's the brushes or color, but it's not quite as pigmented as I was expecting, which I'm fine with. Because with darker shades, I'd rather be able to build them up than try to blend them out. And now I'm going to go in circular motions and move that up a little bit into my crease. I'm going to take just a little bit more of that shade and build it up a little bit more. Like I said, focusing the color on my outer corner. Now what I want to do before I go into the pigment is put the dark brown shade from this e.l.f. palette. These are kind of dusty, on my outer corner, and for that, let's see what brush I want to use. I'm going to try to use just these brushes, which I should be able to. There's only like one like flat shader brush, but this is one that I would normally use to put on like foiled shades. And the other one I have that's like that is just really fat and too big. So I guess I am going to use this one, but I would normally use this for like foiled shimmery shades, but that's just me. So we're going to take that dark brown shade and put it on the outer corner. And I'm just going to press that, focusing it towards the lower lash line for the time being. And now I'm going to slowly move it up a little further on the outer corner. I am having some fallout from this shade. Not a ton, but enough that I noticed. Just building this color up slowly towards my crease. Nothing too dramatic. I did kind of blend it towards, like going towards the center, just to have like a faded look once I put that pigment on there. But now I'm going to do it to the other eye. Now I want to go into the loose pigment. Let me grab my NYX glitter glue. I don't know if there's a cheaper option than NYX for glitter glues. I just know this one's awesome. So I'm going to put this on the entire inner part of my eyelid, tapping it out with my finger. It gives you a nice tacky base so that glitters and pigments have something to stick to. All right, and I'm going to open up this pigment. I don't like this one. It has like the same container as the ColourPop, but it doesn't have the sifter. But I am going to tap a little in this and kind of crush it because they had like big chunks. So let's see if I can blend it out on my hand and then take it to my eye because I don't want it to be like chunky and I don't have a ton of fallout. So let's go. Oh man. I love this shade. Can you see it? Wow. All right. Let me re-intensify that brown shade on the outer corner real quick. And the nice thing about I feel, which tell me if you agree, is that when you're using a duochrome shade that shifts, I find it's easier to blend it in with a matte shade because it's not one stark color, if that makes sense. But wow, that's really fucking pretty. Let me do that on the other eye and be right back. It's so pretty. And like I said, when you have a duochrome, you don't really need to blend it in with the matte because it just kind of does it. I do have it on the back of my hand. Like, look at it. It's so pretty. And these were $1. Like, I can't remember how much the ColourPop ones are. $6 maybe? I do real quick want to go back in with that lighter brown shade and go back into my crease just to kind of re-intensify that a little bit. Take this pencil brush like these. This is the E134, and I forgot to tell you the flat definer, like the flat brush, not definer, just a flat brush, was E131. So I'm gonna take that lighter brown shade from that e.l.f. palette and push this right underneath my lashes. I'm completely covering my face, I'm so sorry. Henry is kicking the crap out of me right now. He probably thinks I'm talking to him. He's probably like, what? Try the fluffier pencil brush with that same shade because I don't feel like I'm getting quite the look I want. And this is the E132. I'm gonna go back into that first pencil brush and take I'm actually gonna take the black in this e.l.f. palette, press this in my waterline. Just on like the outer, like 2/3 of my eye. I really like this eye look. Okay, I don't have anything for my inner corner like highlight or my brow bone highlight out of all this stuff. Oh, I do have a highlighter. We'll try that. Never mind. Jeez. All right, let me do my lashes and we'll be right back. Okay, so I did not get a mascara from Shop Miss A either. I don't know why. I'm terrible. So I'm using the Essence Lash Princess, the False Lash Effect mascara. You guys know falsies right now. So let's move on to bronzer. This bronzer I have a feeling might be too light. So Malibu Glitz, this looks very Dollar Tree to me. Like the rest of these products look a little better. This is it even came with, how are you gonna bronze with that? I don't know. So I am using the BH Cosmetics #1 brush because it's denser. Because like I said, look how light that is. I don't know. So we're gonna pack it on here and see. A bigger mirror. This mirror small. It's not bad. Not too bad. All right, we're gonna move on to blush. We're almost done. It's gonna be a long video, I feel like. When aren't my videos long though? There's also an AOA Studio Perfect product. It is a blush. If I can get it out of the plastic wrapping. All right. It looks like this. It is a peachy blush. It looks really pretty. Let me swatch it. Looks very peachy. It looks good. I do wow, I do like peachy blushes. I'm just going to use this brush I've been using for blush. pretty though. It's pretty. I don't know how well you guys can see. I know I'm using my phone, so I know it's not the greatest quality. All right, let's get into highlighter, which I will be using on my eyes as well. This is the AOA Studio Velour highlight in the shade. Let me take off the plastic. Lucky. Oh, this might be too dark. So bad at getting stuff online. Maybe. It's hard to tell. Let me... I was not expecting that. This is like... It reminds me of the ColourPop Super Shock shadows. That's creamy. Wow. But I feel like that's really yellow. Like, can you see? I don't know if that's gonna look good on my skin. We're gonna try. Obviously, I'm gonna see. Look how putty that is, though. It's even more puttier than the ColourPop. So I'm gonna tap some of this off. But I think this is way too dark for me. Okay, I'll tell you the problem with this. It's not that it's too dark. The problem that I have with it is it's... Oh, my mascara transferred. Why didn't you guys tell me? Get that off in a second. Shows how observant I am. It's very pretty, but it has a lot of glitter in it, which sucks because I don't like glitter on my skin. But it's pretty. Like, it is pretty. But it is a little too... Oh my god. Oh, my nose. This video is turning into a disaster. I just took foundation off my nose, putting that on there. It's too yellow toned, I feel like. I don't know how I feel about that. Let me grab a different highlighter. E.l.f. baked highlighter in the shade Moonlit Pearls, I believe. It's the kind where you have to like scratch off the surface because it's baked to really get the color. I'm gonna tap some of this on top of that. Use this on the inner corner. I'm gonna try to use this brush again. It's not meant for highlights though. That's better. Okay. I like that highlight. The one I got from it. Shop Missy at all. Okay. Now we're gonna use setting spray. I did not find one on there, so I'm gonna be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, which I fucking love. This is one of the few products that was super hyped up, that lived up to the hype for me. Like, I love it. All right, so let's put some of that on. It just feels so good and refreshing, and it is literally the finest goddamn mist you're gonna find. Like, the highlight is popping, but it's very yellow. Okay, now I did get a lip product. I'm not going to use it for two reasons. One, it wouldn't go with this eye look, so like that's whatever. But it's not what I thought it was. This is the brand Amuse Cosmetics. It doesn't even have like a shade name on it, it just has a number. But it looks like this. So I thought, okay, it's like a dark red. Guys. That's pink. That's berry pink. I'm not using it. Like, that's not my color. I'm not using it. So let me go grab an affordable lip and we will wrap up this video. Just recently, so I haven't actually used it on my lips yet. And this one, E.l.f. Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lip. This is their Les Macarons line. And these smell so so good. The chocolate ones smell really good too. But this is the shade Guava Gush. That sounds weird. We're gonna use this. Applicators on these, like a lot. They smell so good. That wraps up the video. Let me quickly run through what was a hit and what was a miss, just from the Shop Miss A site. Obviously not the stuff I already owned. Let's see. The BB cream, I actually, let me find it. I actually really like this. A lot. For something that's light coverage. I'm definitely going to use this again on days where I don't want full coverage, where maybe I'm just around the house, which is usually the case. I really like this a lot. The concealer is a hard pass for me. The shade's really wrong, but the formula was terrible. It sat there for like 20 seconds and I could not blend it out to save my life. Did not like it. The pressed powder I actually liked a lot more than I thought I would. The shade's really nice. It didn't really add like coverage. Like it added a little, but it kind of smoothed out my skin, which I was surprised by. So I am going to use this again. The loose pigments, the one I used, I fucking love. Like it's so pretty. So I will definitely be using those again. I just didn't want to use these two shades because I do warm eye looks a lot. So I was trying to go outside my comfort zone for that. This is still kind of warm, but anyways, the bronzer isn't too bad. It's very subtle. So probably on days where I don't want super heavy makeup or super intense makeup, I will be using it. Oh yeah, the brow pencil, not a huge fan. My brows always look like crap, but the blush is super pretty. This highlight, the formula is weird. It's very, 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 very moussey. And like it's not terrible looking, but it's very yellow. Like that looks a little better because I did put the e.l.f. one on top. But this lip, I don't know that I'll ever wear that shade. Maybe I'll give it to my mother-in-law. I don't know. It was not what I was expecting. Oh, the brushes are really nice. These are super nice, a great price. And the case is fucking adorable. So overall, I think these items are great. Minus just a couple that really sucked. And I'll definitely order more from this site. I know they have a sponge that's really popular that I want to try. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for future videos. Don't forget a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!